What exactly does this setup mean for longer-term investors? Are you worried about the election coming up?
Yeah, and frankly, that's the number one question I'm getting from my clients right now is what's going to happen with the election, which we don't know, and it makes things uncertain. But what we do know is we've got the uncertainty around the election, the uncertainty around the number of COVID cases. But in a couple of weeks here, we will know there will be a president. That certainty will be there, and then we're looking forward to a vaccine, and then we're also looking forward to 2 trillion in stimulus, perhaps, and maybe it doesn't happen until early February, but a lot of these unknowns will be known. So we want to take this opportunity and buy on weakness that we could see possibly down to 3,100 on the S&P, which would put it right at the 200-day moving average. And that's where I'm going to get more, more heavily invested at that point.
Does that mean that it does not matter who sits in the Oval Office come next week or beyond?
Well, there's clearly differences between the two. We all know that. But what I would say is that, investors do not like uncertainty, and there will be certainty at some point. And I think then people can sharpen their pencils if they want to. Under Biden, you might see value stocks, work a little bit better. Under Trump, you could see more, growth stocks work a little bit better. So I just think people need to be able to sharpen their pencils and calculate based on who is in the White House. But again, once there's certainty, the market will already be moving. And I think people need to get involved before that certainty happens.
All right. So you've been sharpening your pencils. You've been doing a lot of homework here, Sandy. What types of stocks, what types of allocations are you looking at for the coming 6 to 12 months?
Yeah, so when I look at the variances between not only small cap and large cap having outperformed, pretty sharply. However, coming out of this recession, which if we went into it in February and maybe came out of it in May, we're already seeing small caps lead. We're seeing small caps lead in the month of October. And so when I look at small versus large, I want to be more in smaller mid cap. And then I also, when I look at growth versus value, there's been about a 25% outperformance by growth year to date. I want to be more invested in the value sector where things can kind of revert to the mean. So those are the types of names we're looking for, individual companies that are cheap relative to their growth profile, and sort of avoiding these FANG stocks that everybody's sort of fallen in love with. We think when the herds rush in, that's when we want to be rushing out and finding where there's value in the marketplace.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.